What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another live stream. And yeah, the good vibes from the weekend are still running. I can't lie, it's been a hectic week. But big up to everyone locked in. Hope you're well on this Wednesday. It could be another pivotal day in the Premier League title race. Manchester City playing tonight against Crystal Palace. If they draw or lose, Arsenal would win the league on Monday if they beat Burnley. It is a big if. Have Crystal Palace got it in them to go to the Etihad and get something? I don't know, but we'll see. We will see. Big up to everyone locked in, though. Hope you're well. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. My bad if you didn't get a notification till late. I put this out about over an hour ago. And I went to check and I thought, hey, no one's even looked at it. And then I realized it was on private. And then I'm like, okay. But I did put it out about half an hour ago. But yeah, big up to everyone locked in. And I don't think I'll be doing a watch along for it. Do I do a watch along? I just haven't really got belief that Palace do anything. 100K to get an executive box for the Burnley game. Listen, it is what it is, It is what it is. A lot of people, good friend of mine actually, he's got between him and his family, I think they've got 6 season tickets. And they went in the ballot to get a ticket for the Champions League final. He didn't get one. Everybody seems to be getting put on standby and then offered a first come, first served ticket at the stadium. What I've been hearing, by the way, just a little bit with the ticket situation, is that even to go to the stadium behind me here to watch the game, the Champions League final, they're going to put big screens up inside the stadium. Apparently, you've still got to be a member. I think season ticket holders who don't get offered a ticket for Budapest are going to get first priority to go to the stadium to go and watch the game there, which is a bit of a smack in the teeth, really. I think Arsenal should have dealt with this situation a little bit better. It is difficult because if your stadium holds 60,000 and you get 16,000 tickets, that means only 1 out of 4 supporters can go to the game. But there's a lot of people that have been watching Arsenal for years and years and years who can't get a ticket. And a friend of mine who I know, he paid £2,500 for his ticket, I think through live tickets or something. So a lot of people are going to get bumped buying Champions League final tickets. I was looking the other day because I was sort of weighing it up. Oh, it's once in a lifetime. Do I go to it? The flights aren't that bad. The hotels aren't that bad. But the ticket, yeah, the ticket is going to cost you a small fortune. And that's where they get you, It's a shame. I think they've got to do something about football, man. Even the World Cup, I was 100% prioritizing going to the World Cup. And I'm just looking at the prices of tickets and I'm like, boy, does this even make sense? I don't know. We'll see. We will see, people. But yeah, I think you've got to be a red member, a silver member, or a season ticket holder to even get a ticket to the stadium to watch the game inside the stadium. So yeah, it is. It's all money, man. It is all money. The club will sit there and look at it and go, Champions League final, man, we need to capitalize on this. We're going to make as much money as humanly possible, man. But big up to everyone locked in. Big up Tiny Wisdom. Hey, Big C, I might be the only one who watches your streams from Pakistan. Love Arsenal and love the show. Now I get a few people. I do check the analytics of where people watch, and we got a lot of Arsenal fans in Asia and all over the world. We're worldwide, people. The World Cup makes no sense. Stay home. It's sad, really. It is sad. Because I was looking forward to it, but I don't know. We'll see. Listen, we win the league and the Champions League, I might not care, I might just be like, yo, I'm spending. You know what I mean? We're going Cancun, we're watching games in Mexico, we're going New York, Miami, Toronto, I don't know. Let's see. Big up to everyone. By the way, I got a bit hyped after the win against West Ham. I haven't ordered it yet, though. I'm always very honest with you if I get caught up in merch, which I do occasionally. It's a habit. Probably not a good habit, but it's a habit. Plus, you've got to balance the books, self-assessment tax and all that. But let me not say too much. Anyway, so the white Arsenal shirt, I've kind of held off from it the whole season. And if you guys know, I got the round neck training kit white shirt instead of the third kit. But I've looked at the third kit the last few times and I thought I do quite like it. And I even got to this point. I'm holding my hands up. Yeah, a little bit of a relapse. I tried it on. And when you try it on, it becomes a problem. I thought, it don't look too bad. The collar, it's old school. I didn't buy it though. I showed quite a lot of strength. I didn't buy it. But I went on the website and I thought, because I can get a name for free on the back of the shirt if I buy it through the club shop. And all of a sudden, I thought I might go for this name on the back of the shirt, people. I thought I'd go for this name on the back of the shirt. Oh, dear. You got to love it, people. You got to love it, people. They're so angry. After review, West Ham number 19, Pablo, commits a foul on the Arsenal goalkeeper. Final decision, direct free kick. Yes! Come on, people. They hate us. They absolutely hate us. Rio Ferdinand was crying on his podcast saying, oh, there was fouls committed before the foul on David Raya. Cry more, fella. Cry more. And I actually like Rio Ferdinand. I've met him a few times. But the tears, people, oh, my days. What a week. What a week, people. They say you're not successful until people hate you, people. So this hate is... Obviously, there's different kinds of hate. If you've done something shamelessly terrible, you've let your whole family down, that kind of hate is different. But when you're being hated for success, that is the kind of hate you got to embrace, people. I'm telling you now, man. I'm telling you. We could swim in the amount of tears these guys have got going on. Do you know what makes me laugh? This is what I find so funny, right? They all pretend they like us. That's what I love so much more. They're tweeting about us. They defend us when referees give us a bad decision. Oh, Arsenal, you've been robbed. Blah, blah, blah. And all the Arsenal fans go, yeah, you're on our side, so we like you. And then they put out videos. This Arsenal team is scary. Why Arsenal are going to win the league? And they do watch-alongs and they pretend Arsenal are one of their favourite teams and they defend the set pieces. And the moment we get close to silverware, it all changes, people. I thought you loved us. All season you've been tweeting how great we are. Your defence is incredible. Why Arteta's one of the best managers, this, that and the other. And then now we're on our way and they're thinking, boy, actually, they might win the title, All of a sudden, they hate us. Nah, you lot are cheating, man, from set pieces and Arteta's football's terrible and you lot don't deserve to win the league. This is the worst Premier League ever and blah, blah, blah. After review, West Ham number 19, Pablo, commits a foul on the Arsenal goalkeeper. Final decision, direct free kick. Oh, man, you love to see it, people. You love to see it. After review. Those words just... What a moment. That was one of the moments of the season. I swear down, that was like Reece Nelson's goal against Bournemouth. After review. As soon as he said the name of the West Ham player, I said, we're in business. I'm telling you, man, they've been dining out on Arsenal all season. You know what I'm saying? Just, let's pretend we love Arsenal because their fan base is mad. Because a lot of teams have had irrelevant seasons. Chelsea are nowhere to be seen this season. Man United have been irrelevant this season. Not in Europe, done nothing in the Cups, nothing in the league. Top four, but top four for United is nothing with the money and the spending power. So a lot of teams, a lot of people have been sat there bored going, boy, man, United, what are you going to talk about? You've had about 8 games this season. Chelsea, you've had more managers than wins probably. Tottenham, relegation battle. Liverpool, they've had a big drop-off this season. It's Arsenal, you know what I mean? So, yeah, we see it though, people. We see the game's the game. You can't hate the game. You can't hate the game, but let's just, Yeah, listen, I made a tough decision as a youngster. You know what I mean? I remember going to the family, man, saying, yo, man, got something to tell you. Yeah, what is it? Yeah, I'm an Arsenal fan. They said, what? But your dad's a Liverpool fan and you know what I mean? I said, yeah, man, but been watching Match of the Day at night, and I just don't feel no connection to that club. This is my club. Ian Wright's at the corner flag with Kevin Campbell doing this with a gold tooth. I said, that's my club right there. That's my club right there. Let's go. Anyway, big up to everyone. After review, by the way, new merch is coming out, people, and Adidas. I'll be real. The training kits have been decent. Yeah, you've had some good. You've had some good kits over the years, but I reckon it could be time to go back to Nike, people. I gotta be honest. I reckon it could be time to go back to Nike. These are supposedly the 3 Arsenal kits. How true this is, I don't know, but the Arsenal kit apparently is coming out this week, 15th of the 5th, the new home kit. There've even been pictures leaked of Saka and Timber wearing the kit, but I think they've had an absolute Reggie blinker, aka stinker. Get me back in Nike. This home kit, we've seen it a few times, but I think it is pretty much confirmed now. I mean, what are you doing? It's very difficult to mess up an Arsenal home kit. It's very simple. White and red with some stripes. Like, what is this? What is this little black and red pattern around the neck? What are you doing? Why are you doing the Adidas stripes with that pattern, like with the dark red and the light red? That is trash. I'm sorry. For a home kit, I do not like that kit at all. You've just messed it up for no reason. Honestly, they've missed out the biggest. I don't know what they are thinking. If I sat down in Adidas headquarters, you think that looks good? Nah, not for me. Not for me. Them patterns and them stripes are dreadful. They've missed the biggest opportunity ever. They should have brought out a burgundy home shirt. They should have brought out the burgundy home shirt throwback. They would have cleaned up. They would have absolutely cleaned up. I don't think that kit is good at all. Honestly, look at that kit compared to this season's kit. Imagine this season's kit was just coming out and I showed you that. That is a masterpiece of a home kit. I love this season's home kit, by the way. I haven't wore it enough. Especially if we win the league in it, it makes it even better because it's just monumental then because of what you've achieved in it. But can you imagine if they brought out a burgundy Adidas kit with the gold badge on the sleeves? Oh my days. It would be unbelievable. But I think that new kit, I'll show you the other kits as well because I don't know how true they are, but I have seen this away kit a few times. I really hope this third kit ain't correct because it looks trash as well. Yeah, 23, 24. Which one was that? That had the blue on it, didn't it? Yeah, I think... No, 24, 25, 23, 24. Oh, yeah, with the gold. With the gold. I like that one. So let's have a look apparently at the new 3 kits. So this is the next season home kit. Again, it looks all right, but then you put them patterns on it and the stripe. This apparently is the away kit. Again, I mean, I like the colour concept and the bruised banana. I just don't know what they're doing on the with all this around the neck and the pattern. Just keep it plain. I don't know what... The stripes are too stripy, but I like the blue and the yellow. But look at the state of this third kit, by the way. Look at the state of that, if that is true. Imagine winning the league and you deliver that. That is horrendous. What are they thinking? It looks like a goalkeeper kit. I think they've had a stinker there, honestly. Adidas, mate, your time could be up. That is an awful kit. Absolutely awful. Bring out a gold kit. Bring out a... Oh, no. Not for me. Not for me, people. I will not be wearing that. And I will not be buying that. I actually think that away kit could have been good. That might look good in person. I just don't know about the red and yellow around the collar, but it's not bad. And the home kit is a no for me, I'll be real. But anyway, I better not say too much because if we win the league and the Champions League and then I turn up for a stream wearing it, I'm going to look a bit silly, aren't I? But, you know, I've done worse things anyway on this channel. Big up to everyone locked in. Big up Matty. He said the designer had to get off work early the day. I'm telling you, bro, he must have sat there and gone, yo, listen, let me make these Real Madrid kits for Mbappe and that. He goes, oh, I've got to go now. taxis outside. It's just arrived. What about the Arsenal kits? Copy, paste. Put a little zigzag there. Man was on paint, just drawing patterns on the Arsenal kits. Man said looking like Pikachu. I'm telling you now, we've evolved, guys. We are now Pikachu, guys. Pikachu! You know what I mean? It's crazy. But yeah, if we win the league, I might have all three of them. So better calm down. I've got to leave the door open just in case. Anyway, big up to everyone locked in. Hope you are well. AI could have probably done better. AI probably could have done better, to be honest. The league ain't planning on City losing today. Can't have a team winning the league on a Monday. Real talk, it's crazy how much power the broadcasters have. Yeah, money talks, bro. Money talks. And in the Premier League, it's almost being ran by the television. You know what I mean? You're playing games on this day. You're right. They don't want Man City losing or drawing tonight, and we nick the title on Monday against Burnley at home. That ain't going to work for them. They want title decider, final day of the season, who wins the Premier League, multi-screen settings, City game on that channel, Arsenal on that channel. But yeah, money rules the world, people, man. Money rules the world. Big C, good news, Anthony Gordon going to Bayern. Well, according to the reports, he's agreed personal terms with Bayern Munich, but Bayern Munich have only offered 55 million. They want 75 million. So my thing is, like, I never wanted Anthony Gordon, never. And I don't want him. I don't rate the guy. He's not terrible at football. He's all right. You're like, if we was playing Newcastle, he's dangerous. But we can get a lot better than him. But we could end up with worse than him. That's the other side of it. You never know with Arsenal. They could go in a whole different direction. So I was trying to look at it like, why are Bayern Munich trying to spend big money on Anthony Gordon? You got Diaz. I mean, I know Diaz is like 29. Is he 29? Nearly 30, I think. But I don't see him playing at Bayern Munich. He'll go to Bayern, by the way, and score loads of goals because that league's easy for Bayern Munich. He'll probably score about 20 goals for them. Leicester won the league on a Monday. They did, actually. I remember they was all at Jamie Vardy's house, I think, celebrating in the kitchen. So third kit looks like Martin's snotty bogey rag. Well, maybe that's why they've brought it out. Get the new exclusive Odegaard captain third kit in snotty yellow, people. Big up, Lay. Seriously, which left winger, my friend, is better than Gordon and available? I can't think of any. The right wing market is dodgy. Left wing, my friend, lefty. But even though I agree with you because the left wing market is a very dodgy market at the moment. A lot of the guys we're naming, none of them are like, that's the one we need to get. Like when we signed Alexis Sanchez, we were all like, oh my days, what a signing that is. I'm looking at it right now going, I mean, I like Leao. Leao's having a terrible season at AC Milan. I do blame the manager because the manager's playing him up front and he's not a striker. You look at Yildiz, very good player, but will he adapt to the Prem? You got Barcola, who's lively, had a good season last year. I don't think we could get Kvara. I know a lot of people online are saying, let's get Mbappe, let's get Vinicius. I mean, if any of them two are available, I would take them, but Mbappe's on 700 grand a week. What's interesting is Mourinho's going to Real Madrid, and Vinny and him, how will they connect? So I'd take Vinicius, by the way. I'd take both of them. I know some people say they wouldn't take them, they'd mash up the changing room. I would definitely take Vinny. I'm not saying Mbappe because I don't think Mbappe will leave, but I think there's a possibility Vinicius leaves Real Madrid. I think he's gettable, to be honest. His wages are not on the same sort of wage as Kylian Mbappe either. I think Vinny is genuinely possible, especially if we were to win the Champions League. I think he'd come to us. You'd have to pay massive wages, but he'd be a game changer on that left-hand side. Mbappe's on 1.2, not set. Well, maybe it's 700 after tax, so yeah. Yeah, this Micah, I don't even know how you pronounce his name, but Micah Goetz. I was looking at some of his clips. He looks very good, but the Dutch league, man, I don't know. You guys probably know more about him than me. Mitoma, I don't think I would take Mitoma, you know. I don't think I would take Mitoma because He hasn't really kicked on. The first year at Brighton, he looked like he was going to be really good. And I said I don't want Vinny. Why would you not take Vinny? I'm always fascinated when people say they wouldn't take Vinny. This was a guy that probably should have won the Ballon d'Or last year, was the best left winger on the planet. And we're sitting here with Trossard Martinelli saying we wouldn't take him. I think Mbappe is I think Mbappe's up there as the best player in the world, but he clearly has a bad effect on the changing room because PSG it didn't work and Real Madrid it hasn't worked. But Vinny, it's actually worked. He's won the Champions League, he's won the league, he's won the domestic cup. I know you've got to almost take a bit of responsibility that, okay, he's not going to do the defensive work that a Martinelli does. But that's just the way it goes eventually. If you want those top players, a lot of them are not going to put in that same defensive work rate. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Who would be, let me know in the chat, who would be the left winger that you would go for? Realistically, and I know a lot of you say Kvara, but I'm just assuming Kvara's off limits. Maybe if we won the Champions League in the Prem, he'd consider it. But I can't see a clear answer of who the right one is. It's all very, Barcola had a good year last year, but am I fully convinced by him? No. I would still take Leao, but would Leao work with Arteta? I don't know if that works. Rodrigo's out until Christmas, so that one's kind of off the table. I think Yildiz is the one that suits Arteta's style of play, in my opinion. Nacho, no, we don't want that scrub. We do not want that scrub anywhere near the football club. Policy for summer transfers, no Chelsea players. Can we just have 1 year of no Chelsea scrubs at this football club? Prime Curtis Shaw on the left. Aye. Left wing, a lot of defensive work. No, I don't think you want me on the left, I'll be real. I won't be defending. You know, Nkape will be looking at me, help. I say, look, I'm knackered. I remember a coach said to me once, he said, when you're running forward, you run like Usain Bolt. And when you're defending, you run like you've got a caravan on your back. I said, mate, I ain't got no motivation to defend. I've got a lot of motivation to score goals. So when I run forward, it's easy for me to run because the thought of scoring gives me enthusiasm. When I'm defending, it's like I'm running up a hill. I'm knackered. He actually said that to me. But I actually said that back to him, which is probably why I never had the career I should have had, because maybe I should have just stayed quiet, but it's football, right? Are you right or left-footed? I am right-footed, but I'm not just saying this either. Anybody who knows me, I'm very two-footed. Like, I used to take corners with both feet. But, because I hate, one thing, do you know one thing I don't like in football? Out-swinging corners. I can't stand them. I didn't even like taking them. So I used to take in-swingers with the left and in-swingers with the right. Yeah, high-low work rate, man. It's like going to work, innit? You know what I mean? On Friday, you're in there like, yo, Friday, you know you got the weekend off. You go in Costa, yo, anyone want a coffee, hot chocolate? You're like, yo, I can't wait for 5 o'clock. I'm out of this dump. On a Monday, you just walk in quietly, head down. You don't want to be there. You want to quit, but you got bills to pay. And that's what it is. That's how defending looked to me, people. I didn't want to defend. I did not want to defend. I wasn't born to defend. And that's just, yeah, that Diomande is exciting, man. I think Liverpool are going for him. I think Barcola's gettable, right? I think he's gettable. They're saying he's frustrated with the lack of game time. Leao's definitely gettable. Him and Allegri is not working, right? So you can get him. You can get Diomande from Leipzig. He's definitely gettable. I think you can get Yildiz. I think they're fourth. I think you could get, I know he signed a new deal, but I think you can get him. The guy at Ajax, I think you can get him from what I've read. You pay enough money, you get him out of there. So there's options. And I think you can get Nico Williams, but I do not want him. And I think we might be able to, not that I want us to, I think we can get Rashford. I'm not saying I want Rashford, by the way. I'm seeing stories that Barcelona might not take him. They can't afford his wages. But yeah, no Chelsea scrubs this summer. Let me get into the show. I'm half an hour in. I'm waffling like an Arteta press conference before a game. We haven't even... Oh, Kroupy, by the way. He's a good player. DI, sorry. Yeah, I'm going to do a video, actually. I might even put it out tonight or tomorrow. We're going to look at the left-wing market. We might even look, and then we'll do a centre mid one, and maybe a striker one. I think, and maybe even right back. We'll do separate videos who we should get in those positions. A lot of you have said, and Lay said he would take Rashford. He's actually had a good season. I just don't know if he's. It's weird because when I watch him for Barcelona, he actually defends, but for Man United, he was strolling around the pitch. That Ndiaye looks good, man, but his finishing, is it consistent enough? Right, let's get into the headlines of the story, people, of today's show. Benny Blanco, a.k.a. Ben White, Benjamin White. He's mash-up, people. Arsenal's statement that they released yesterday. Assessments and specialist reviews have confirmed that Ben White has sustained a significant medial knee ligament injury, which will rule him out for the remainder of this season. Our medical team are now managing Ben's recovery and rehabilitation program, with everyone fully focused on supporting the aim of Ben being ready for the start of our pre-season preparations. Sad news. It is what I said it was. Medial knee ligament injury. I did the same injury in the same way that he did it. I have to say, by the way, right, when I got that injury, tackling went out the window for me, because basically if you ever play on a football pitch and the ball's there and you go in for a 50-50 with the side of your foot, if you go in soft and they go in mad like 100%, it pushes your leg back, opens up your knee. After that injury, I remember thinking to myself, any challenge I go in like that, I'm taking out everything. Now, the problem was sometimes I'd go in with like studs up and that, because again, striker, tackling is not your strength. So a couple of times I nearly got sent off, because when that same situation occurred, it's almost like I got PTSD, like, yo, if I go in on my side foot here and I'm not strong enough, I'm doing my medials. So I used to think, go in with your studs, at least I'm not getting hurt. But then I'm nearly getting sent off. So, yeah, those tackles, you've got to go through the ball, through the player. Maybe not with your studs like me, though. Don't take advice off me when it comes to tackling. Talk to a defender. But he doesn't need surgery. That's the only good thing. Usually this injury, maybe 6 to 8 weeks, it's an awkward injury, because I remember coming back from that injury and I was afraid to side foot the ball with power, because opening up your knee and kicking the ball with power, you could still feel it a little bit, so you have to really work hard on the rehab. So it's a very awkward injury. It doesn't keep you out for months, but to get back on the pitch and feel confident in your leg, it's very awkward. I saw Gary Neville on his podcast saying he did it in training on a Monday after he'd been out drinking over the weekend. Came in, too casual, 50-50 challenge, bang, medial ligaments gone. So listen, couple of things, by the way, that I want to talk about regarding this injury is, I always say when players are consistently injured, you've got to look at what is the reason. Because Ben White was not an injury-prone player when we bought him. Now, sometimes you can be unlucky. A player just for whatever reason, look at Jack Wilshere, and there's loads of players, Diaby, Rosicky, Cazorla, they're not injured and then they just get injury-prone. I think the manager has to take some responsibility for what's happened to him. Because two things. Number one, we heard that Arsenal delayed surgery for 3 months to get through a difficult period of the season. They delayed it. Now, this does happen in football. Sometimes you need surgery. You go, look, get me through the next 3 or 4 games, then we'll do it, because you might have a tough run of fixtures. They delayed it for 3 months. That's a long time to delay surgery. So that was the knee injury. You've also then got Rob Holding doing an interview that's up on AFC stuff right now, actually, saying that Ben White was playing injured with a grade 2 or grade 3 hamstring injury, that the manager was allowing him to play. This was the season that Callum Wilson scored and Tottenham finished 4th and we missed out on top 4. And crazy enough, the 2 injuries that Ben White has been ruined is the knee injury, where they delayed the surgery, and the hamstring, where he was playing with a grade 2 hamstring injury. You've got to. This is something that the club have to get into shape moving forward. Tomiyasu, 20 million, leaves this club a crock. Ben White, 50 million, we paid a lot of money for this guy. And a lot of us are just saying, good luck to Ben White for the future, all the best. He's been a good servant, he's a cult hero. No, if I'm the owner of the football club, I would want to know how come a 50 million pound player is mash up. How much are we going to get for this guy if we sell him? 20 million? This has to be addressed. He has to stop overplaying these players. We just put hands up and wave, oh, goodbye, Ben White. No, that's a 50 million pound player. Do you know what I mean? I never expected to get our money back, but we've got to look after our assets better than this. Tomiyasu, nothing. Pepe, 3 million. Sambi Lokonga, 3 million. Zinchenko, 1.5 million. Oba went for nothing. Ozil went for nothing. Guendouzi went for 10 million. Some of these players, Guendouzi should have been 35, 40 million. He was in the French squad. And this is going to stop us eventually from going big in the transfer window because they're going to go, well, what are you getting when you sell players? And at the moment, the reason I'm talking about this is because Timber, it feels like he's going into this same category. And yet we're saying, by the way, Timber's one of the best right backs in the world with Hakimi, but he won't be if we smash him to pieces. So he has to learn from this, Arteta. Jesus is leaving this club a crock. So is Ben White. So did Tomiyasu. So did other players as well. So he has to stop overplaying. Calafiori's injury prone. Saka's had a torn hamstring. Gabriel's had a torn hamstring. Kai Havertz torn hamstring. Kai Havertz knee surgery. So please, Mikel, moving forward, you have got to manage this squad better because there's going to be a summer where they go, well, you're only going to get money to spend if you sell. And then when you try and sell these players, how are you going to sell them? Odegaard's injured all the time now, yeah? So he's got to learn to manage these players better. Listen, I think Ben White will leave in the summer. I think he'll be on the move. It's a shame for him. I suppose the only good thing from an Arsenal point of view is that if he's out for about 6 weeks, that takes him to the end of June. He could quite easily then go and sign for another club maybe in July and get a move. I'd still expect 25 million for him maybe, but I think he'll end up at an Everton or somewhere like that. And he'll play every week for them. It's a shame because from the sounds of it, it sounds like he was going to get in the England squad, which I didn't think he had any chance, but they reckon he was going to be the backup right back to Reece James because he can play centre-back as well. So, listen, sad news for Ben White, but I'm sure he'll survive, people. I'm sure he will survive. Speaking of right-backs who are mash-up, Yuri and Timber. And we need this guy back. Listen, Mosquera has had a good season. He's a decent player. Better at centre-back than right-back. But we want Timber back for that Champions League final. Hand of Arsenal, big up. He tunes into the channel quite often. Says, as of Sunday, Jurrien Timber's return has not been ruled out. He had some setbacks during March and April, felt some groin discomfort, but will make one final push to see if he can make a return this season. I mean, it's tough, innit? Because when there's a World Cup sitting there, but a Champions League, you might only play in one Champions League in your whole career. You might never play in a Champions League in your whole career. In terms of the final. So, as I said, man, groin injuries again, they're very frustrating because you have to strengthen the muscle, and you can't strengthen a muscle quickly. It can take weeks. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, they're saying it wasn't a major groin injury, but it's just one that sort of played up a little bit since he's been out. But are we gonna get him back? And like I said, we've only got 2 Premier League games left. He's already missed. I think that was his 12th game. They said he's missed at the weekend against West Ham. If you've missed 12 games, he's not going to be back probably for Burnley. You can't really just throw him into a Champions League final after being out for 2 or 3 months, and then you've got Kvara running at you fully fit. So You really need him back against Palace, even if he comes on for 20 minutes just to get some game time. You'll obviously get a game on the training ground behind closed doors to get him minutes as well. Then maybe you get him back for the final, but they need him back. They need him back. But if he's not fit, don't play him. You know, we've seen, remember the time Tottenham got to the final and they tried to play a patched up Harry Kane after Lucas Moura had scored a hat trick in the semi final and Kane couldn't even run. I mean, he's slow at times anyway, Kane, but he really couldn't run. So they've got to be very careful with this one, because you know we can't afford long-term damage. But he put up an Instagram post with the date of the Champions League, so and then I think he put prayer hands and he was in the gym, so he's obviously putting in the work. And he has still got over 2 weeks. So let's see what happens, man. Hopefully he's back. Big up Africa Reigns. Speak on Perez at the crazy Real Madrid press con. He was saying, like, I'm not resigning. And because I think the fans are turning on him. And obviously they've got this poll out to get him, well, petition to get Mbappe out of the club. Real Madrid are in turmoil at the moment. You know what I mean? Now there's rumours that Valverde might be sold instead of Tchouaméni because apparently Tchouaméni's more popular in the dressing room. I mean, what are they doing? I don't think they'll sell Valverde. Man United were being linked with him, but I can't see him going, man. He's one of their best players. So I hope Timber can make it. Tapper said, Curtis, check out the La Liga table. What's your take on the quality of the league? Compare the Premier League 13-team relegation battle. See, the problem you're always going to have with the Spanish league and the Premier League is technically the Spanish league is a better league. You have to be a technically better player to play in that division. They bop. Spanish football, you have to bop. Yeah, we got teams that can't pass a ball. We got teams that turn up and put 11 behind the ball and try and not to concede. They don't really do that in Spain, which is why you see teams at the bottom of La Liga get smashed 7-0 because they probably go to Barcelona and try and attack. But we've got so much more money in this division that the quality of player that you can attract at the bottom of the league is so much better than what you can get in Spain. You look at the Premier League right now, I mean, West Ham are in the bottom three. They've had Paqueta, they've had Jared Bowen. But these are like £50 million players. You ain't going to get a £50 million player at the bottom of the Spanish league, you know, or they can't pay 50 million. So it's difficult to judge. Like, I mean, if you look at it this year, you've got an English team in the Champions League, the Europa League, and the Conference League final. Do you know what I mean? I think all 6 Premier League clubs got through the group stage of the Champions League. So I think financial domination is leading the Premier League ahead of the Spanish. I mean, you look at Spain at the moment. Real Madrid, this is one of the worst Real Madrid teams that I've seen. Individually, it's great, but collectively, they're dreadful. Atletico are nothing special, in my opinion. Barcelona are good. I like Barca, but defensively in the Champions League, I mean, if it wasn't for the red cards, I think they'd have actually beaten Atletico. I think we'd have had a tougher game. But I think at the moment, the Prem's ahead. Not technically, but financially, we're just so much richer than outside of Barcelona and Real Madrid. Just got so much more money than any club in La Liga. Fran loves La Liga. Of course you do. Listen, as a purist, La Liga is fantastic. Technically, they are outstanding footballers. It's the reason that Spain win World Cups and England don't. Because they don't even need to turn up with superstars. The style of football will win them the World Cup. They can turn up with Morata up front. Do you know, or that Oyarzabal or whatever his name is, and their defence ain't that great either, and their goalkeeper's not that great. England will turn up with a golden generation, play against Spain and get bopped off the pitch because the style of football's not there. And that's where they get exposed. That's where La Liga is way ahead of the Premier League. But yeah, listen, it's an interesting discussion, to be honest. Premier League is more fast-paced, more money, and has the best media. La Liga might be slower, more technical, especially comparing the team in the middle and the end of the... Yeah, like, the money in the Prem is just so dominant. The sponsorship deals, the fan base. I mean, West Ham are third bottom, 60,000 in their stadium, millions of pounds for TV and big sponsorship deals. The money isn't spread like that in La Liga. You know, Barca and Real Madrid, they get the majority of it. Would you keep or sell Zubimendi? I'd keep him. I'd keep him unless somebody offered big money for him. But I just wouldn't be. He wouldn't be in the team as a starter for me next season. I would move him down to squad player. It's very easy to forget what a player's done well. Zubimendi until about January was having a very good season at Arsenal. Let's be real. When we've hit those winter months and games have got a bit more physical and dirty, and you know his minutes have piled up, he struggled. And let's be real, I expected him to struggle. He's not the biggest, he's not the most physical. He's been bullied a little bit, but I don't think he's a defensive midfielder. You can play in the 6 role in La Liga, and that's not that physical because they keep the ball on the ground and it's pass. In the Prem, that's that you might be playing Wolves or Burnley or West Ham, and someone's just running through you, and he struggles, you know. But he's not. He's not at a point where I would sell him. He's had a decent season. He's been overplayed again, by the way. We need another midfielder, and then you can rotate him, and then you'll probably see a better Zubimendi. So, you know, first year you're adapting to the Prem. You had a good 6 months, then you fell off a little bit. Confidence has dropped. You look a bit tired. I've said we were saying on this channel for months, put Rice in the 6, put Zubi in the 8, but he only did it at the end, and now Zubimendi's knackered. So, no, man, we don't need to sell him. Give him another year. If he doesn't have a great year next year, then we can have a discussion, but he's a good player. Let's go get Jude Bellingham. Jude, I mean, I rate Jude, but I just think Jude for me is an 8. I think the best version of Jude Bellingham is actually the Dortmund Bellingham. When he was playing in the 8, when he was all action, box to box, never stopped running, scored goals, tackled, he did everything. He then went to Madrid. They had no striker, so they put him false 9. But I actually don't think Jude played at the same level at Madrid as Dortmund. It's just because he was so high up the pitch, he was scoring goal after goal after goal. He was clutch. And his celebration, and it was Madrid. So people thought, oh my God, Jude scored 20 goals. He's unbelievable. No, I think Jude was better at Dortmund. And then Mbappe turns up at Real Madrid. So now he can't make those third man runs into the penalty area because Mbappe's there. And he looks bang average without the goals. So Jude, for me, is playing in the wrong role. So all that playing him off the striker, he ain't a 10, he ain't a false 9. It worked for one season. But, nah, Jude, I don't think he'll leave Madrid. Zubi fell off after the mistake against United. No, I mean, listen, he's had a tough second half to the season, but I think it's too early to write him off. What we did wrong is we signed a player in Christian Norgard that was supposed to rotate with him to save his legs, and we don't trust him. So Zubimendi's overplayed. So I've said it, I'd play Zubimendi in the Vitinha role. I wouldn't play him in the 6. He's actually not bad when he's around the opposition penalty area, Zubimendi. He struggles more when he has to defend. Still waiting for the post-invincible team, remember. Still waiting for post-invincible. Well, if you're talking about in terms of success post-invincible, we hope this is the one. Couple more transfer stories, people. Couple more transfer stories regarding a player joining and a player potentially leaving. I mean, this one, I'm not in support of this, but you let me know what you think. Arsenal have held positive talks over a move for Tino Livramento, with the Newcastle fullback believed to be keen on joining the club this summer. Arteta sees Livramento as an ideal fit due to his versatility and capable of playing on both flanks. However, Newcastle remain reluctant to sell, and any deal is expected to be expensive due to strong interest from multiple clubs. I've got to say, people, I've got no idea why we're going for this guy. Like, why would you buy an injury-prone player? Like, it's one thing buying a player and then smashing him up and he becomes injury-prone. But buying a player that's already injury-prone, how does that make any sense? It makes absolute... Yeah, let's get rid of Ben White, who's smashed to bits, right? Timber's getting injuries as well. And let's buy Livramento, who gets injured all the time as well. That'll help us. That will help us. Let's have a look at Livramento's injury record. Let me show you Livramento's injury record, by the way. And apparently there's a lot of truth to this story. Arsenal do want him. So, 21-22, knee problems, 29 days. Then at the end of 21-22, he does his cruciate ligaments, out for the season. 354 days, just under a year. Illness, 9 days. Ankle injury, 33 days. Another ankle injury, 14 days. Ill again, 6 days. Knee injury, 55 days. Another knee injury, 15 days. These four, by the way, these last four are this season. Knee injury, 55 days, missed 13 matches. Then another knee injury, 15 days, missed 3 matches. Then a hamstring injury, 55 days, missed 15 matches. Oh, and he's currently out injured 26 days with a thigh injury. He's missed a grand total this season of 34 games. Can't wait to spend 50 million on him to put him in the physio room. Don't go anywhere near him. Don't go anywhere near. The day he trains on our car park training ground, he'll be done, mate. Don't bring him anywhere near this football club. He'll be smashed to bits. He'll be absolutely smashed to bits. Don't go anywhere near that deal, man. Makes no sense. And he'll be expensive as well. They won't even sell it. They paid about nearly 40 million for him, so they'll want 50 million plus. No, you're right, man. Don't go anywhere near him. We need to be smart. We just need, leave Ramento. Leave him alone. I like Munoz at Palace. He's good. I haven't seen him play right back because obviously Palace play wing backs. But he's good. He is good. If he could play right back, I wouldn't be against that. That would be smart. I think the problem we've got with Palace is they're probably going to lose Wharton. And they're probably going to lose Mattel. So would they allow another player to go as well? I'm not sure. But then the manager... Is Munoz 30? Wow. But you know what? I'm still not totally against that, you know. I think 30 is not like, oh, you're 30, your career's over. As a backup, right? He's 29. Yeah, you're right. He turns 30 in like 2 weeks, yeah. I wouldn't be against it. It depends on the price. If you got him at a reasonable price, he'd be good for 2 or 3 years. Some people saying Coyote, Brentford, Palestra. Is he the Italian? Coyote's got the long throw, hasn't he? Do you know, I'll be honest with Coyote, I don't actually know really how good he is. I've only really seen him just launching the throw-in the area. I don't really know how good he is defensively. Gusto, nah. We need a year off Chelsea, man. Just 1 year of no Chelsea players, please. Not one Chelsea player. Oh, Damien's fuming. Come on, Palace. They get Defo beat you twits. They get Defo. I mean, I don't know what we get what you're trying to say, but if you're going to come in on smoke, just make sure there's smoke there. Do you know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. If you're going to jump in the chat, you've subscribed to the channel because we're in subscriber only mode. You've waited 5 minutes. You've come in and thought, right, I'm gonna tell these Arsenal fans about their club. And then you've made spelling mistakes. You know, it just doesn't land, does it? Do you know what I mean? It's like trying to punch someone, missing them and falling over on the floor. It just made yourself look a bit silly, really. So next time, I'll give you 3 minutes. And I won't ban you for that. I don't mind the banter, to be honest. But I'll give you 3 minutes just to gather yourself and use spell check and then come back. See if you can come back a little bit better. Anyway, big him up. Yeah, he's all fart, no poo-poo. You know what I mean? Just farting everywhere. Not even loud ones either, just silent ones. If you're going to do it properly. You know what I mean? Shut down the whole room. Anyway. Big up everyone locked in, man. Hey, C-Unit community, we don't mess around, people, you know what I mean? If you're going to join on smoke, make sure you've used spell check. Yeah. Listen, this one worries me. This one worries me, people. It really does. And it worries me because I think it's possible. And that's why I'm concerned by it. You never know. Let's hope pre-season he can rescue his career. But anyway, Arsenal are open to selling Ethan Nwaneri this summer if the right offer arrives. Chelsea are among the clubs showing interest in the 19-year-old English talent. Do you know why this gets me angry on so many levels? Number one, there's no way he should be leaving the football club. I'm sorry. And do you know the thing that made me so annoyed about the video? It's on Fabrizio's, he put a clip out. He said, with Saka and Noni Madueke, his game time's limited. Arsenal may have to sell him to balance the books, and he would be pure profit. So, as I always said, people, and I'm sorry to say this, I'm sorry to always refer back to Noni Madueke because he didn't buy himself, so ultimately it's not his fault. That Noni Madueke deal is going to have a knock-on effect. And the knock-on effect could be that we have to sell Ethan Nwaneri to balance the books. Can you imagine selling one of our best young players to Chelsea? If you are going to sell him, get him out of this country. They reckon Dortmund want him as well. They should not be doing any favours to Chelsea. After Chelsea have bumped us so many times, I'm telling you, Chelsea, I'm convinced they got us out of debt. Read Arsene Wenger's book. We were going bankrupt as a football club. That's why we had to go to the Emirates. That's why we never signed Cristiano Ronaldo. Read the book. I'm convinced Chelsea got us out of debt because every year, we just said at the start of the show, give us 1 year of not signing Chelsea, of not buying Chelsea rejects. Instead, we're going to sell one of our best young players to them. And I bet they don't even pay premium for him. I'll be fuming if this deal happens. Honestly, I'd say, yeah, you want him, give me ridiculous amounts of money for him. Oh, you want him? Okay, 75 million. You paid 88 million for Mudryk, so give me 75 million. Oh, you don't want to pay it? All right, move then. Come out the room. Come out the room. Do you think he is Amari Hutchinson 2.0? I think he's way better than him. The loan hasn't gone well for him. It's a bit of a shame. I can see him being sold because we are going to have to balance the books. That's just the reality. You look at Jesus and these players that we're probably going to get rid of. I don't think we're going to get big money for Jesus and Ben White. And if we were to get rid of maybe Trossard, but Nwaneri would be pure profit, which is horrible. I hope he comes back and rescues his career. I'd get rid of Noni before I get rid of Ethan, but 5-year deal, 150 grand a week. Have to put a massive sell-on clause. Have to. I'd even put a buyback clause in there as well. Real Madrid do it all the time with players. I think that Nico Paz has got a buyback clause from Coma. So I'd be putting all sorts of clauses in there. Sell-on clause, buyback clause, add-ons. I want all sorts in it. And I still wouldn't sell him to Chelsea. He's got to go somewhere else. But listen, hopefully it doesn't happen pre-season, but there's too much traffic in front of him. You got Saka on 300 grand, new deal. You got Noni on a 155-year deal. You've got Eze, Havertz, Odegaard all in the 10, Max Dowman as well. It doesn't look good for him, man. It doesn't. But I hope he stays. I think he's a real talent. What's really hasn't helped him is that this loan deal hasn't worked because De Zerbi left Marseille. The new manager doesn't seem to want to pick him. So he's not even getting game time at Marseille, so I think he'll end up, I don't know. Let's hope not. Let's hope not, people. But let's see what happens. Definitely don't sell him to Chelsea. Max is already better than Ethan. I disagree. Ethan was scoring goals, Champions League, Man City, was proving himself. Max hasn't done half of what Ethan's done. It's not his fault. He hasn't had enough game time, but I'm not having that. Max is top quality youngster, but he hasn't even played that much. Listen, people, tonight there is no, it is a big game of football. It is a big game of football. Crystal Palace against City. I'm trying to stay relaxed about this one because I don't see it happening, but you never know. They say that Palace are one of City's bogey teams, but I'd love Glasner to go full strength and then when he plays us, make changes. Like, I'm looking at it like, why? Palace made a few changes at the weekend. Mateta didn't play. Well, he didn't start. Just looking at the team, they made a few changes. I think they drew. They drew with Everton at home, and they rested. Mateta was on the bench. Oh, to be fair, they only rested a couple. Yeah, no. To be fair, no, they played nearly full strength. Saar and Brennan Johnson. Mateta was the only one they sort of rested, so you'd expect him to go full strength. They've got City today. They've got Brentford at the weekend. Then they've got a week off. Then they've got Arsenal, and then they've got the cup final. Will he go full strength tonight? Maybe not Mateta, but you'd think the rest of them will play. Listen, I'm not doing a watch along for it. I don't think anyway. What do you guys think? I just don't think there's any. I think we should just stay away from it. It honestly affects my mood as an Arsenal fan when I watch Man City win. And we're just at the point we've got to win 2 games. Now, will I do a watch along next week for Bournemouth away? That's a different conversation. Maybe what we'll do, if they drop points, I'll go live after the game, or we'll do a video reaction, because obviously if they drop points, we can win the title on Monday. I don't know. We'll see how the night goes. I'm on AFTV at 7 with Cecil for 45 minutes, so we'll see. We will see, people. Hopefully Arteta invests in 2 fullbacks so these centre-backs stop getting injured. Do you know what? That's a fantastic point you've made there, Vegas Connie. You know, what a great point you've made there. Are we getting injuries at fullback because our fullbacks are centre-backs? And fullbacks do a lot more running than centre-backs. So Ben White, Timber, centre-backs, both struggling. Tomiyasu, struggling. He played centre-back and right-back. Hincapié, not so much injury-prone yet, but he's only been here, 3/4 of a season. Calafiore's injured all the time. Is this the reason our fullbacks are getting injured? Because they're not fullbacks, and fullbacks do so much running that centre-backs don't do. So that's a great point. Maybe we do need a natural fullback. Arctic says, big up Big C. Keep being the realist fan on YouTube, bro. Best community. Also hit the likes, people. Big up to you, Arctic, man. Listen, you guys are the best community by far. Always interacting. We're always, bantering and debating, which is what it's all about. Kieran Tierney was the last natural fullback that we had, but obviously, because he couldn't invert, it was never going to work for him. Andrew, although I would have kept him. Andrews, big up for the super sticker, bro. And Jay Pave said, I just want the title to be lifted at the Emirates. Yeah, it's a little bit sad, isn't it, that the final game of the season's not a home game, because it would just be incredible. I just don't know what happens. Like, if, let's say we win the title on the last day against Palace, I suppose all the fans would go back to the Emirates and just be at the Emirates after the game. But you just wish it was in the stadium and everyone, pitch invasion. I don't know. It would be great, but you never know, man. Maybe they drop points tonight. Only a draw. And I'm telling you, Palace. I watched that game against Brentford the other day. Most of it, I'll be honest, I missed about 20 minutes of it. Brentford were causing them problems on the break. And I actually think Palace on the break are better than Brentford, because they've got Ismail Assar, who is a very good winger. And they've got Brennan Johnson, who I don't rate, but he's very quick. And they'll probably have Strand Larson up front if they're resting Mateta. I think Eddie Nketiah's injured. A lot of people have been talking about Eddie. I'm pretty sure he's out for the season. He pulled his hamstring about a month ago, I think. So I think Palace might cause them problems. It just depends whether Glasner starts rotating from now for the cup final. Big up Arctic Foxy, man. He's gifted 5 memberships to the legendary community. And big up to the guys who managed to get a membership. Listen, I've dragged out the member stream so long now. We're going to do it after the final game of the season in the Prem. Hopefully we'll be champions and we'll be looking ahead to the Champions League final. So big up to Shane, Soft, Akin, Keros and Martin, who were gifted memberships. Big up to Arctic. So we'll hopefully be doing a Champions of England member stream. Oh, I didn't read your next comment. Oh, Damien actually came back. He says I missed his next comment. Oh, I can't see it. There's probably been so many comments now. I'm scrolling back through. Big up Damien, though, man. Big up Damien. I respect it, man. It's good vibes, man. Don't worry. Oh, I can't find his last cut. He did come back. I'm scrolling all the way up. Might as well cherish the end of this season. I know, but do you know what it is? I'm in a good mood, and then, when I watch City play well, it makes me nervous about Arsenal, but it would be great to do the watch along and see them drop points. Um, man said Damien's MJ. Hey, big up Damien, man. Big up. I respect it, bro. I respect it. Big up your damn self. Who do you support, by the way? I thought this was really interesting. Big up Daniel Hussein said, "Did you hear about Palace 10 million clause? If we win the league, they'll get Eze on us final day. They'll go easy on us, but you've put Eze. Listen, they get 10 million if we win the league. I'm being serious here, right? If you're the owner of Crystal Palace, it actually doesn't benefit you to win against Arsenal. Doesn't benefit you. You actually might as well lose. You can't get relegated and you can't get in Europe via the league. So if we win, you're getting £10 million for us winning that game. And Palace need their money, by the way. They're going to lose Mateta, right? They lost Gahey on the cheap, and they've got a cup final. I'm being genuinely serious. If you're Steve Parish, the week before that Arsenal game, you're having your meeting with Oliver Glasner. Do you say, look, Oliver, mate, cup final, never won a European trophy. We want you to make 5 changes. And by the way, if we lose, we get 10 million of the Eze money. And we need that money. I don't know, man. By the way, and you make a good point here, Jen. I think Glasner is a fantastic manager. I really do. I don't know about anybody else. I think he's a really good manager. This guy won a European trophy at Frankfurt. He's come to Crystal Palace, who, let's be real, I can't remember Palace winning anything. I don't think they had won anything before that FA Cup, apart from maybe getting promoted from the Championship. He's gone there. He's lost his best players, Gahey and Eze and all that sort of stuff. He's won the FA Cup against Man City. He's won the Community Shield against Liverpool. And he's probably, I don't know how good Rayo Vallecano are, but he's got a very good chance of winning the Conference League, and then he's going to walk out. He can probably go down as the greatest manager that Crystal Palace have ever had. I've never seen somebody go to Palace and do that. He should be getting linked with a top job. Honestly, I think he's a fantastic manager. I really do. I rate him. I like the way he talks. He's a straight talker. No, none of this waffle stuff. Not that I'm having a go at Arteta, but sometimes you wish Arteta was just a bit more straight talking in the press conference. Don't tell us, oh, guys, matter of days, guys, then you don't see him for 3 months. But I think Glasner's done a brilliant job there, man. Well, Man United, by the way, they're in talks with Carrick now. Although it says they have spoken to other candidates. There is some, Areola, yeah. He's done a great job. I mean, Bournemouth could get Champions League football. Bournemouth were in League Two. They nearly went out of business. They were literally hanging on by a thread. Look at this stadium. It's like, what is it, 14,000 or something? Is it Vitality Stadium? Great atmosphere at that ground as well. I actually hope they do get Champions League football. It'd be good to see a club like that. What's their capacity? 11,307. Honestly, there's teams in League Two with bigger stadiums than that. Genuinely, Notts County's stadium is bigger, like double the size of that. It's like 20-something thousand. MK Dons Stadium's 20-something thousand. There's clubs in League Two with bigger stadiums than Bournemouth. So I know they beat us, but maybe it was the wake-up call we needed. And listen, if they beat Man City as well and win us the title, we'll take it. We will take it. So tonight, people, Palace against Man City. I'll see how the day goes. Did we do a watch-along for it? I was going to say no. Maybe we'll just do a reaction video or go live after. Did you see City put their tickets for Palace game on general sale? Let me see that. That happens a lot with City, by the way. That happens a lot. City fans find it disrespectful when you start saying, but they're not a big club in terms of fan base worldwide. Oh, there you go, look. Arsenal are in talks over stadium expansion. Oh, breaking news. I told you, this is why we have to win the league this year, because They're going to extend the stadium. That's going to cost millions, and that's going to stop us buying a lot of players. Arsenal are in talks with Populous over Emirates Stadium expansion. Sources familiar with the process insist all options remain on the table. Populous were the original Emirates architects and designed Wembley. There you go. There you go. They reckon Arsenal want to add 20,000 seats to the stadium, which would mean a season of playing at Wembley. So, interest. Hull or Southampton? I don't know really. Like, Southampton are starting to turn into a yo-yo club. I would usually say Southampton because they're Premier League heritage. I like heritage clubs coming up. Hull City kind of came up a couple years. But I read something that Hull like didn't buy a player for money last summer. Like they got free agents and loans, and it's like a remarkable story. So maybe give Hull a chance, man. Maybe get, you know what I mean? Southampton, we've had tough games at Southampton back in the day. We'll see. We'll see. Make a new stadium. I reckon. I don't think you'll see a new stadium for Arsenal for a long time, bro. That stadium's there to stay. And Farmers League, he struggled hard to ignore. Big up to you, Roy. Ricky said I'd assume a similar clause with City for Gahey. Yeah, apparently there's big clauses in that. And Arctic says never forget Gangster Bert or Community. That was legendary. Yeah, it was sick. I just pulled up on Simeone, man. That was quality. Big up Hendon Gunner in the chat as well. Hull Prime Barclays. They had a little spell, didn't they, when they got promoted? I remember Xhaka scored that left foot screamer. Yeah, South London remembers. Seminole said, have you read Eze had an hour-long phone call with his ex-teammates in Crystal Palace? They assured him they'll go all out. Semenyo also did the same before we faced Bournemouth. Yeah, I mean, all that talking. Best moment of the season. After review, West Ham number 19, Pablo, has committed a foul on the goalkeeper. I'm being serious. That might have been the moment of the season, which is crazy when you think about it. But I was done. I was finished. I was like, I can't do this channel anymore. I was like, Rihanna, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm telling you, I was done. That might be moment of the season. We haven't really had a crazy individual moment in a game, have we? Like, probably Max Dowman. Probably Max Dowman, 16-year-old, comes on, changes the game. Probably Max, really. Because you look at City, we haven't beaten City. Didn't beat Liverpool. Man U, we beat them early, but it wasn't like an unbelievable comeback or anything. Trossard goal was big, obviously, before, yeah. But after review, I think that and Max Dowman for me. Apparently, we got raided. I didn't even see who the raid was from. Apologies, I missed it. I just seen somebody say you got raided. It's not showing up. I might have been too late with it. So apologies, whoever it was. But listen, we're out of here, people. Big up to everyone locked in. I'll be on AFTV at 7 o'clock tonight with Cecil for 45 minutes, and then we'll see about the watch along. If not, we'll do a reaction afterwards. If anything goes wrong. Oh, it was views with a raid. Big up. If anything goes wrong for City, if City lose or draw, I'll go live because that will be monumental. If not, I'll see you on AFTV at 7 o'clock. Might be on the watch along later. If not, I'll be back at 1:30 tomorrow. Big up, everyone. Nearly 3,000 of you in the chat. Hit the like and subscribe, and I'll see you